Yes.
Sir, you can start. You are the
Yes.
host. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So good evening, my students. Today we are going to discuss about the new part. Okay. So okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. My dear students, today what we are going to discuss about, genetic map, linkage map, and chromosome map. So what is by genetic map? How it will be constructed by the scientist? That things we are going to discuss deeply. Okay, already we discussed when the crossing over takes place more. Already you know about within the gene arrangement. Within the gene arrangement, the distance increases. What happens? Automatically the crossing over also increases. But the strength is very less. Already we discussed in previous chapters, isn't it? See here, first before that we should know what is by genetic map. In genetic map, different genes are linearly arranged according to the percentage of the crossing over. Percentage of the crossing over, that is denoted as the infinity distance between them. Okay, and so another word, okay, the another word, it is not a graphical representative of the arrangement of the genes in a chromosome. It is also denoted as genetic map. What will be the help of the genetic map? With the help of the genetic map, we can find out the position of the particular gene. Suppose if you want to know the dominant characters or any one of the recessive characters, already we discussed so many dominant as well as the recessive characters will be studied, isn't it? Some of them are beneficial effect. Take an example, height is one of a beneficial effect. Suppose take an examples of dwarfness is also recessive characters, and these genes where it located in the chromosome, in chromosome map, we can easily find out, particularly tell us the genome. Okay, the particular gene or genome is responsible for the height or whether it may be a dwarfness. It can be find out in where the map. We can easily find out the genetic map in the particular position. Take an examples of the sexual character is also the X and Y is also present in it. That character is called as what is that? That gene is called as what is that? Allosome, otherwise called as sexual chromosomes. Where it located? Take an examples of other things also. Skin color, hemophilia is a recessive disorder, syndrome. That things also. Which gene is responsible for that one? That things we will find out due to the genetic map. Due to the presence of genetic map, we can easily find out the position of the particular gene, one chromosomes. Genetic map is also helpful in the study of the genome. This is also another one. Already we studied. What is the use of the genetic map? Is helpful in the study of genome. Okay, these things very, very important for the need purpose. What is the next one? See here. And sex linkage. Already you know about sex linkage. Sex is nothing but the male or female. It has a specific chromosome. Okay, so when the genes of vegetative or somatic characters are present on sex chromosome is termed as a sex-linked genes. What is my somatic or vegetative? Already we studied, that is called as, what is it? Allosomes. How many pairs of chromosome present in our body? In our about 46 chromosome present in our body. From that one, okay, 23 chromosomes segregate in the sexual chromosomes from the parent male as well as the female. Finally, what happened? When both the gametes are united together, form as a zygote. After that, undergo the meiosis cell division. Already we studied in the previous lessons. See here. What is by sex linkage? When the genes of vegetative somatic character are present on the sex chromosome, is termed as a sex-linked gene, and such phenomenon is known as sex linkage. Okay, that can be divided into two types. One is called as X linkage. Another one is called as Y linkage. That means X linked genes and Y linked genes. That is very, very important one. Otherwise called as genome. Okay, see here the first one, X linkage. The X linkage, the genes of the somatic characters are found on the X chromosome only. Okay, this inheritance of the X-linked character may be through the male and the female. How it will be male and female? Because the male also has the chromosome X and Y, isn't it? From the 50% of the chromosome is X. Remaining 50% of the chromosome is Y. Okay, so here the male is also has the chromosome X and Y, and female fully XX chromosome present in it. That's why the X chromosome present male as well as the female. Okay, what are the next one? The Y linkage. Y linkage means, what is that meaning? The somatic characters are located on the Y chromosome. Okay, the inheritance of the such type of characters only through the male. Such type of character is called as holandric character. That character only found in the male only, because Y chromosome only present in the male gametes only. We'll see the next slide. You can easily identify it. Once again, repeat for you. Sex linkage. It may be expressed whether the child is male or female. It is depends upon their the chromosomes. What are the chromosomes? X chromosome and Y chromosome. Suppose if it is a capital X, both are homozygous nature, it is called as female. Suppose X into Y, the XY chromosome present in the gene, what happened? It is denoted as a male. Okay, so that has been expressed here, X linked and Y linked chromosome respectively. Okay, see the next slide. You can easily identify. See here the female, it has both the characters of X and X. Okay, both are X and X, that 100% X. So what will be the gamete? Gamete also, it produces corresponding X. This is also diploid in nature. You'll get the haploid gametes, isn't it? So finally, the X is also fused with the male gamete X. Here is the male gamete. Okay, the male gamete contains what is the XY chromosome. 50% of chromosome, the female X is the female, isn't it? The Y is the deciding authority of the male or female, isn't it? Here also there is a parental chromosome is there. The chromosome, it gives corresponding gametes X, Y. It is a heterozygous condition. This is called as homozygous conditions. The X chromosome will connect with the X. What will be the product? X combined with the X, you will get female, just like a parent, because both are X. Another possibility, this X is also fused with the Y, you will get the male. Okay, so both are equal proportion is there here. X is possibility to join with the one male gamete or one female gamete fused with the one male gamete. Female gamete X, join with the female X, male X, what happened? No, the progeny will be, or fetus will be female, because XX is denoted as a female. It's a sex determination occurs here. So another X chromosome of the female join with the another chromosome of the Y. What will be the nature? It is denoted as a XY. It indicates the determination. Which one you know? The male. Okay, here, see here. So here the fully 100% of X gamete present only. The female only, it consists of XX is the 100% homozygous only. But in this category, male gamete, the 50% of the gamete X comes from where, you know, the female. So the Y is the deciding authority of the male. See here, the 50% of X gamete and remaining 50% of Y gamete. Okay, so this is the difference between the X and Y chromosome or Y linkage. Okay, go to the next one. Example. So many examples has given. One is called as gene which forms TDF. Gene which form TDF. What is meant by TDF? You note it down. This is very, very important. TDF. Sometimes they may ask the questions, mnemonics aspect or explanation aspects. TDF. Testis determining factor is called as TDF. Testis determining factor is called as TDF. Okay, and second one is hypertrichosis. What is meant by hypertrichosis? It is also one of the male characteristics features, and sometimes it may be female. Excessive hair on hair, pinna. You know about the hair. Hair, it has a outer covering, isn't it? The outer covering name is called as, what is that? Pinna. The pinna, it contains, what is that? Small hairs. Just to see the old peoples, you can see the hair on it. So that condition is called as hypertrichosis. Note it down, my dear student. This is also very, very important. So many times they were asked the questions. So many times hypertrichosis is also one of the which linkage chromosomes, like that they may ask question. Okay, which one? The male characteristics, but it is also denoted as Y-linked chromosome. Note it down, my dear. The gene which is located on the differential region of the Y chromosome is known as holoandric gene. Okay, which one is a holoandric gene? Y chromosome is a holoandric gene. This is also another one. This is also very, very important in this aspect. Okay, so go to the next one. Examples of sex linkage, otherwise called as X linkage. Dhanalakshmi, will you please tell me what is meant by color blindness? Color blindness. Ritika or Dhanasri?
Sir, it is a recessive trait.
Okay. Recessive. Okay. You have to tell us the X chromosome of recessive triads. You have to tell, isn't it? The X chromosome, there is a some of the recessive alleles present in it. That alleles, yes, express color blindness. Okay, what is by color blindness? I'm asking. What is the meaning of color blindness? We can see or we cannot see the colors. What about Ritika, Dhanasri?
Sir, we can't differentiate between two colors, sir.
We cannot be able to differentiate different colors. Suppose black look like a blue, isn't it? Sometimes yellow look like orange. So that is called as color blindness. So yesterday we saw it, isn't it? What is meant by hemophilia? How many factors involved in this process? What is meant by hemophilia? It is also one of the X chromosome, otherwise called as X-linked recessive triads. Note it down, my dear. And here, see here, there are so many examples has given. One is eye color in Drosophila because it contains red color and also white color eyes. This was done by one of the scientists called as T.H. Morgan. That's why he called as a, what is that? Modern of father in genetics, isn't it? Okay. And hemophilia, already you know about. It is one of the bleeding diseases only present in the royal disease, Victorian prince, isn't it? How many factors involved in this process? Will you please, anybody else? How many factors involved in this process? Yesterday we saw it. There are 3 factors is essential. What are the factors? Totally 14 factors involved in the blood clotting mechanism. From that, what happened? There are 3 factors is not synthesized by a particular gene present in the chromosome. What happened? As a result, it leads to the hemophilia. It will not clot the blood. It will undergo the continuous ooze out of the blood. The condition is called as hemophilia. As a result, the person lead to death. Okay, that condition already. The color blindness. Other examples of X linkage, otherwise called as sex linkage, is also there. And diabetes insipidus. The diabetes insipidus. What is meant by diabetes? What is meant by diabetes? Anybody else? What is by diabetes, ma? Dhanalishmi? Will you please?
So no idea, sir.
Okay, you know about the pancreas. When the blood glucose molecules increases, okay, automatically the normal person, when the blood glucose molecule increases, automatically the pancreas, liver pancreas, alpha cell and beta cell secrete corresponding hormones, isn't it? Insulin and glucagon. Okay, the insulin, what will we do? When the blood glucose level is increases, the glucose converted into glycogen with the presence of the hormone is called as insulin. Due to the lack of activity, the beta glucose, that means the beta cells, what happened to the insulin is not secreted. As a result, the glucose conversion is not possible. Glucose converted to glycogen and stored in the liver cell, isn't it? That process not occurs, automatically. What happened? The glucose present in the blood, present as it is, okay, it will circulate throughout the body. Finally, it will be filtered by kidney. But due to the lack of insulin, what happened? It will not happen. It may be excreted through urine. That condition is called as diabetes. Okay, it is also sometimes happen. Take an example. Some of the fathers also having a sugar patient, isn't it? It's also inherited to the other generation. Sometimes it may be a son or grandson, like that. Due to the linkage of chromosome, that is also one of the X chromosome recessive gene. Okay, and go to the next one is called as Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It is also one of the recessive gene present in the X chromosome. And Fragile X syndrome, it is also one of the recessive gene. Pseudo rickets. What is meant by rickets? Vitamin D deficiency, you will get it, rickettsia. Okay, decalciferol, lack of vitamin D and calcium. So easily what happened, the bone, it will be easily broken. Okay, see here, this is the dominant gene present in the X chromosome. These are all are recessive, but in this one, what happened? It is a dominant one. And another one is defective enamel of teeth. It is also comes under the heading is known as what is a dominant genes present in the X chromosome. These are the examples. X-linked linkage genes also present in it. But we know very well, but there are 2 types of genes. One is dominant, another one is also recessive gene. So what are the recessive gene is responsible for the different what is a syndrome or diseases, sex-linked diseases have been reported. So these are the recessive gene. 2 only the dominant have been reported, noted here. Remaining things, if you want to go to the book. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, go to the next one. See the eye colors. So this is the eye color, is the red color. Some of them are having the white in color in Drosophila. It is also one of the X-linked recessive gene present in the chromosome, particularly X chromosome. Note it down. Okay, go to the next one. See that the color blindness. This is the normal vision. We can easily identify the 7 color is there. We can easily differentiate which one is red, which one is orange, which one is blue, violet, like that. We can easily observe. That is VIBGR, isn't it? Suppose any defect due to the chromosomal abnormalities, what happened, these are the types. Deuteronophia, we cannot be able to find out the green color, Deuteronophia. Okay. Protonophia. Protonophia is also one of the eye defect, otherwise called as X-linked recessive triads. We cannot be able to find out which one is red. And Tritanophia. Tritanophia. Okay. Deuteronophia, Protonophia, and Tritanophia. So we cannot be able to find out which is blue colors. So these are the clinical symptoms have been identified. They have given a separate name also. Nophia is a fear, isn't it? Okay. Hydrophobia. What is the meaning of hydrophobia? How will you obtain it? Anybody might guess? Hydrophobia. What is the meaning of hydrophobia? When you are seeing the water,
The fear of water.
Yeah, very good. We fear of water. How it will be obtained? How it happens? Due to biting of rabies, dog biting, isn't it? As a result, the rabies virus enter in your body. What happening? It will affect the brain cells. So we can fear about drinking of water. Okay. So likewise, here the color visions is also given as an example of nophia. Nophia is nothing but a fear. Okay. Don't forget this, my dear. And then we'll pass on to the next one is already about examples of X linkage, otherwise called sex linkage. The eye color in Drosophila, already we saw it, isn't it? First one. The eye color in Drosophila is controlled by a X-linked genes. That is why it's called as X-linked, X-sex linkage. The red eye color gene is represented as plus. Note it down. The red color eye gene is represented as plus, and the white eye color represented as W. Then on the basis of this, different type of genotype are found in Drosophila. In Drosophila is nothing but the fruit fly. It has two types of gene is there. Two types of eye color is there. One is the red color, that is denoted as a plus. Another one is white, that is denoted as a W. See here, the gene for red eye dominant for plus, and the white color of the eye is recessive W. Which one is the dominant character? Is the red is the dominant. That may indicated or represented as which one? Positive, otherwise called as plus symbol. The white color is simply a W. What are the types of gametes it's possible? See here, the homozygous red-eyed females, X plus. Here the positive. Homozygous means capital X, already we discussed. Heterozygous means it may be different. Okay. See here, the heterozygous. Heterozygous means what is that? Heterozygous red-eye female, X plus XW. This is called as heterozygous. This is homozygous. See, the XW is also present here. So 50% of the white, 50% of the red color. This is what is a heterozygous condition. But which one is the dominant character? Plus is the dominant. So plus to indicate red color. So the red eye is there. And homozygous white-eyed female. Homozygous means both the chromosome alleles are same. Okay, the symbol is also recessive character. See, WW is the recessive, isn't it? See, the WW is the recessive, but at the same time homozygous. And hemizygous red-eyed male only. See that? Male. Already we know what female denoted as XX, isn't it? What is by XX denoted as female? XY denoted as male. The eye color plus is denoted as red dominant. So the both the plus present get it, and a homozygous means the both the chromosome are XX, isn't it? XX female. Okay. Plus also we got it. What happened? This is called as red color but homozygous. Here one is plus but XX female, but W is also present. That's why it's called heterogamete but red eye dominant. But in this category, XX female, WW is this is also recessive, otherwise called as white alleles. Okay, so the homozygous white-eyed females. Hemizygous red-eyed male is there. What is my male? Male denoted as X and Y. Already we saw it, isn't it? The Y is a linked gene present here. So X is a positive. So red color is the, Y is a not yet denoted. So XY is a male, but it has a what is that? Positive character. Red color eye is there. So hemizygous red eye male. So the same things also reported here, and hemizygous white eye male. So the XY is male, but the X is denoted as carrying the linkage gene is called as W. So this is denoted as which one, white eye. It is clear by above the different type of genotype that female either homozygous or heterozygous for eye color, but for the male color, if it is way to hemizygous. Okay, these are the two things have been reported here. So male or female, which one is carry about the genes? Suppose if it is carry plus and plus, so dominant character. Suppose plus and W, so partially having the characteristics, but white eye or red eye, which one is the dominant? Red eye is the dominant, white is a recessive character. That is the reason it's mostly found in the Drosophila melanogaster by the T.H. Morgan. Already we studied. That's why the name is called as what is that? Father of modern genetics. Okay, go to the next one. See that this is the colors. Already we saw it in the previous slide also. And next one is the hemophilia. Already we saw it. What is my hemophilia? Hemophilia is nothing but one of the recessive disorder, otherwise called as bleeder disease. Okay, see that hemophilia is also called bleeder diseases, and first discovered by John Otto. Note it down, my dear student. The hemophilia first discovered by the name of the scientist called as John Otto in the year 1803. John Otto, cert in our lists. Otto cert, isn't it? Just you can imagine John Otto, 1803. The gene of hemophilia is recessive and X-linked lethal gene. Note it down. Lethal gene means when it expresses both the XX, what happened? It will lead to death. Okay, already we saw it, isn't it? Lethal gene. When we are studying the lethal gene, we can already we studied. We were studied, isn't it? Both the gene present in it, both the lethal gene present in a single chromosome, it will lead to death. Okay, see here. So the hemophilia is also one of the which one in a recessive and X-linked lethal gene. Note it down, my dear. On the basis of X-linked, following type of genotype are found. See here, XH and X. This is female, XX female, but one is carrying the one allele carrying the H chromosome, that is hemophilia, the carrier female. Note it down, my dear. When both the X carrying H, what happened? Affected female. See here, XY is the male, but X is a carrier from the female, isn't it? This is called as affected male. Okay, what happened here? These are the sequences. We will get it after the crossing of male as well as female when it get the characteristic during the zygote formations or gamete formation. Suppose take an example that the male is there and also female is there. The both are married. Okay, as a result, what will be the gamete formation? Here the XH only the gamete, isn't it? Here XH and Y is also separated. When it joined with the XH of the male and the female, what happened? The XH and the XH, you will get it, that is affected female. Another one is same one, XH, Y is also getting, that is affected female one, sorry, male only. Okay, see here. But the XH type of female dies during the embryo stage because in homozygous condition, already told you. Okay. When in this condition, XH, both the alleles, both the chromosomes receive the lethal gene, what happen? It will lead to die, both the genes. Can think about the first one. This is a partial, 50% of the chromosome will be possible. Here, the one chromosome, XH only present in it. Another one is the normal one. Here, see here, XH is the affected one. Here the Y is the normal one. So in these two category, what happened? This is the carrier because the female only affected here. Female is the carrier. Female is the most affected one. From this one, the partial gamete also pass on to the next generations. As a result, this is also a carrier female. This one is called as affected male because what is that? Male, they do not have the genes, isn't it? Why it is not affected by the H lethal gene, isn't it? That is the reason. So the XH type of female dies during the stage because in homozygous condition, these genes become lethal and cause death. Okay. What are the types of factors involving in this process? The X-linked chromosome, it will not synthesize 3 factors. Due to the lack of 3 factors, what happened? The hemophilia is possible. Otherwise, called as the bleeder disease is possible. This was first discovered by John Otto. Okay. See here the first one: hemophilia A type, hemophilia B type, hemophilia C type. Sometimes they may ask the question: hemophilia A, due to the lack of which factor? Like that, they may ask the question. Hemophilia B, hemophilia C. Sometimes they may ask the question, match the following, like that. They may give hemophilia A, hemophilia B, hemophilia C. Corresponding, what is that? Factors also shuffled manner, match the following, they will give, and also you have to find out the answer. See here, the hemophilia A, due to the lack of factor, 8th factor. Yesterday we saw it, isn't it? Yesterday we discussed the 8th factor. The 8th factor is also called as anti-hemophilic globulin factors, AHG, simply called as AHG is a mnemonics. Anti-hemophilic factor is 8th factor. Suppose due to the lack of these factors, what happened? The type is called as hemophilia A. Anti-hemophilic globulin, hemophilia A. And second one is hemophilia B, otherwise called as Christmas diseases. Sometimes they may ask the Christmas factor is the which number, which factor, which factors. It is the 9th factor of the blood clotting mechanism. 9th factor is Christmas factor, otherwise called as, suppose due to the lack of this Christmas factor, is called as hemophilia B type. Okay. What is the name of this one? The Christmas factor is also called as plasma thromboplastin component. Plasma thromboplastin component. And the last one is hemophilia C type, due to the lack of factor, 11th one. Already we discussed the 8th one, 9th one, and 11th one. The 11th factor is called as plasma thromboplastin anticonjugate. So these are the 3 factors. Suppose if it is lacked in the X chromosome, what happened? The hemophilia disease also occurs. Hemophilia C type, once again repeat for you. Okay. Hemophilia A, hemophilia B, hemophilia C. These are the 3 factors. Due to the 3 factors, they have given as a name is called as respective A and B and C. Okay. Hemophilia A is due to the lack of 8th factor, otherwise called as anti-hemophilic globulin, otherwise AHG. Hemophilia B is also called as Christmas factor, otherwise called as Christmas disease, due to the lack of the factor 9th. The 9th factor is called as plasma thromboplastin component. And then last factor is called as hemophilia C, due to the lack of the factor is also 11th one, plasma thromboplastin antecedent. Antecedent. These are the 3 factors. These are the 3 factors was identified. The name of the scientist called John Otto in the year 1803. Okay, it mostly found in the royal diseases. That's why it's called as hemophilia is also called as royal diseases. Victoria Queen suffered by these diseases. What happened? You have to take care about the particular girl or boy. Okay, it is not possible. Once the delivery is possible, the parent is died due to the lack of these factors. That's why this is called as bleeder disease. Okay, see that next one. This is called as hemophilia. See, the first one, normal blood vessel is the, so when we made a small cut, what happened? Automatically the blood clotting mechanism is possible. Suppose the blood clotting factors is not possible, what happened? It continuously ooze out from the blood vessel, as a result lead to death. Okay, this is the clotting mechanism. See that this is the clotting. The first one, second one, and last one you have to take. The middle one is there, no? So this is the hemophilia nature. What happened here? The blood clotting mechanism, the platelets as well as the RBC, other component. There are 14 factors also involved, and not only that, and also the calcium also involved in this process. Calcium is also one of the process. Okay, as a result, what happened? Clotting mechanism occur. Possibility is there. Otherwise, called as fibrination of clot. Okay. Suppose the lack of these factors, 3 factors. What are they? 8th one, 9th one, 11th one. What happened? No, the blood clotting mechanism is not possible. So the blood continuously ooze out. So it lead to the death. That condition is called as hemophilia. This was present in the X chromosome of recessive gene. Don't forget, my dear. Okay. Any doubt in this area, my dears? Dhanalakshmi, Dhanusri, and Ritika. Okay. So go to the next one. So other examples of X linkage. Diabetes insipidus, already we discussed. Recessive gene. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, recessive genes. Fragile X syndrome is also one of the recessive. And pseudo rickets, it's a dominant one, already we discussed. A defective enamel of teeth. See, some of the people's the teeth will be completely, what happened? No, defective due to some abnormalities, chromosomal abnormalities. You have to tell us like that. Chromosomal abnormalities. There is a change. The gene is obtained from where? X chromosome. Where the X? It may obtain from your parent. What will be the chromosome nature? XX is the female, XY is the male. Okay. So these two are dominant character, others are recessive characters. Okay. And here we will pass on to the next one, is type of inheritance of sex-linked characters. Okay. Criss-cross inheritance. What is meant by criss-cross inheritance? Criss-cross. In criss-cross inheritance, male or female parent transfer a X-linked character to grandson or granddaughter through the offspring of opposite sex. Okay. So criss-cross means, what is the meaning? The transfer of character from the parent to grandson or granddaughter. Okay. Through the way of offspring. Take an example. Your grandfather is there. Your grandmother is also there. Okay. Your father or mother is a, what is that? Offspring. You are the, what is that? You are the criss-cross inheritance. Just imagine. Okay. You are the grandson or granddaughter. You are the, what is that? Criss-cross inheritance. This was done by the name of the scientist Morgan. Okay. Here, he stated the two statements. One is called a diagenic. Diagenic. So many times they were asked the question, diagenic. The inherited in which the characters are inherited from father to the daughter and from the daughter to the grandson. See the equation below. There is an equation, the father to daughter, daughter to grandson. This is also one of the criss-cross inheritance, isn't it? Father, the chromosome also obtained, okay, from the father to daughter. Daughter is the offspring. Okay. When the daughter, again, it gives their own offspring, what happened? The grandson. So this condition is called as, what is that? The characters also transfer from the father to daughter, daughter to grandson. That condition is called as diagenic. It is also one of the criss-cross inheritance. Okay. Go to the next one. Diandric. Inheritance in which characters are inherited from mother to son and from son to granddaughter. Here, see here. Diogenic. Father, daughter, grandson. See here. And mother, son, granddaughter. Okay, here starting is mother. Here starting is father. Okay. Father means male. Then female. Then again male. Okay, see here. Here starting is female. Offspring is male. Then next one is called as what is that? Granddaughter. Here female to female. Previous one male to male. Non-criss-cross inheritance is also possible. In this inheritance, male or female parent transfer sex-linked character to grandson or granddaughter through the offspring of same sex. Non-criss-cross. What is the meaning? A linear link. Okay, father, son, and grandson. Mother, daughter, and granddaughter. Okay, this is called as what is that? Non-criss-cross inheritance. Okay, are you clear now, my dear students, in this category? So here, types of inheritance, criss-cross inheritance have been reported by Morgan. Two types is that diagenic and diandric. Diagenic is started from the father to grandson. In between there is a female is there because female is a carrier. Already we saw it, isn't it? And likewise, the diandric is also another type of inheritance. It is started from the mother. That means female to female. In between is a male is a what is a carrier. Okay. Another one is non-criss-cross inheritance. Already we saw it, isn't it? We'll pass on to the next one is non-criss-cross inheritance. In this inheritance, male or female parent transfers sex-linked character to grandson or granddaughter through the offspring of the same sex. Already told you. That condition is called as divided into two. According to the transformation of the gene is called as hologenic, holandric, hologenic. Already told you. Mother, daughter, granddaughter, female to female. Mother, daughter, granddaughter. Here all are female, isn't it? That is called condition is called as hologenic. Hologenic means same sex. See that same sex, the last word, isn't it? Mother, daughter, granddaughter. This is hologenic. Holoandric, androsium, note it down. Gynecium, like that you can imagine. Gynecium is a female part. Holoandric is a male part, like that. Father, son, grandson. Here, male to male. But here there is no carrier. Suppose if it is a carrier, male is a carrier. Starting is also male. Carrier is also male. Affected also a male. Likewise, you have to point out. Hologenic, holoandric. Next. We'll pass on to the next one is sex-limited characters. These characters are present in the one sex and absent in the another sex. Suppose if it is present in the male, if it is not present in the female. Suppose vice versa. Okay. Suppose may be present in the female, it will not in the male. But their genes are present in the both the sexes and their expression is depends on the sex hormone. The sex limited characters also depends upon the what is the not only the gene and also it is expressed in the it is depends upon their sex hormone. Example, secondary sexual characters. These genes located on the autosomes and these genes are present in both male and female. But the effect of these are depends upon the presence and absence of sex chromosomes. What is the meaning? Secondary sexual characters also, but each and every boys as well as girls, they are having own specific secondary sexual characters. Okay, their secondary sexual characters also produced, genes also produced as secondary sexual characters. Hormones, sorry, secondary sexual characters depends upon their secondary sexual hormones. Okay, these genes located in both autosomes genes are present in the both male and female. Suppose take an example, male sex hormone, testosterone, androgen, female progesterone and other hormone, oxytocin, prolactin. Okay, so these are the hormone is there. But the effect of this depends upon the presence or absence of sex hormones only. The gene only act upon the depends upon the hormones only. For example, genes of beard, mustache appear express their effect only in the presence of the male hormone testosterone. Okay, beard means you know about the hair growth in the okay, so they are all are secondary sexual characters. Testosterone is responsible. Female me know about the specific. Okay, the sex influence character, it is also another type. Okay, sex influenced character. Gene of these characters are also present on autosomes. It is not sexual chromosome, it's present in the autosome, but they are influenced differently in male and female. Differently in male and female. In heterozygous condition, their effect is different in both the sexes. Heterozygous means both the characters, that X and Y. Okay, likewise. See that example, baldness. Gene of baldness is dominant is B. That is a capital B. Capital B is a baldness responsible chromosome or alleles. Okay, it mostly found in the male only. Okay, suppose any one of the male, the capital B is present, it is denoted as the baldness. Okay, suppose if it is present the female, what happen? Baldness is also present. See the next one, a small b, it is not responsible for the baldness. Okay, so the baldness is absent, both the category, male as well as the female. Suppose if it is a heterozygous condition, what happened here? See that this is the capital B homozygous, small b homozygous recessive, this is dominant. So it expresses both the sexes, male as well as the female. But small b is a recessive character, it will not indicate the baldness in both the sexes. But at the same time, a heterozygous condition, from this one is 50, this one is also 50. A heterozygous condition, the baldness present in the male because it is responsible for the hormones. At the same time, it will not present in the female. Baldness is absent here. Okay, it is also depends upon their hormone. This is secondary sex hormones responsible for the baldness. Okay, the gene BB shows the partially in male and female. Baldness is found in male due to the effect of this gene, but baldness is absent in female with this genotype. This is called as sex influences. Okay, nowadays you can see so many females also getting baldness due to the hormone. Note it down, my dear students. Okay, so next topic is known as paleotropic genes. We will see the remaining things on the next classes. Okay, so what are the things we will discuss here is just to summarize all those things. Will you please, what is by genetic map, isn't it? What is by genetic map or linkage map? Okay, and then what are the sex linkage? What are the types of sex linkage? What are the chromosome is responsible for this one? So X linkage is denoted as the X chromosome, and Y linkage is also responsible for Y chromosomes. Okay, so what is by holoandric? That things also already we discussed. Female, it has a homozygous dominant character. Here heterozygous condition is that. Here completely 100% X gamete only possible. Here the two gametes is also possible. The condition is called as heterozygous condition. Here homozygous. This is holoandric. This one is called as heteroandric. Okay, already we saw it. So what are the example has given? Gene which forms a TDF. Note it down, TDF. TDF, a test determining factors. Hypotrichosis, it's nothing but the excessive hair on the hair pinna. This is also one of the hormonal. The hair pinna and so many things is that. Okay, mustache, all those things, it's responsible for the Y chromosome only, because the Y chromosome is to indicate the male sex, not only the male sex, and also the male sex chromosome, also male sex hormone is also responsible for the Y chromosome only. Androgen, testosterone is also responsible for Y chromosome. Okay. Okay. And also, what are the example? Color blindness, hemophilia, and also that eye color of the Drosophila, and diabetes insipidus, and pseudorickets, defect in enamel. Which one is recessive? Which one is dominant? Already you know about. Okay. So normal visions, which one? The VIBG are already in our about. And these are the 3 types of nophia, and due to the color blindness, we cannot able to differentiate protonophia, deuteronophia, and tritonophia. Okay. And then eye colors, what are the responsible gene? Homozygous female, homozygous, and red eye female, and white eye female, and red eye male, and red eye white eye male. That things also already we discussed. And then eye color of the Drosophila. And the hemophilia, what are the factors is responsible for the hemophilia? Already we discussed. Otherwise called as bleeder disease. Who discovered this one? John Water in the year 1803. How it will be homozygous, heterozygous, affected or affected male, affected female? What are the responsible factors? There are 3 factors. They may be revised. They may be divided or classified into the factors A and B and C. Antihemophilic factor, Christmas factors, and also another one is called as what is that? Plasma thromboplastin antecedent. That things also already we discussed. And hemophilia, and other examples of those. Criss-cross inheritance. What is by criss-cross inheritance? Diogenic, diandric, non-criss-cross. How it will be? Holandric, hologenic. The sex linked limited character. It depends upon their hormones. Okay, that things also already we discussed. And sex influence characters in our, but the baldness is a sex influence characters. So both male and female, how it will be homozygous and homozygous recessive, homozygous dominant. When it undergoes the heterozygous conditions, it only affect the male only, it will not affect the female. Okay. Okay, my dear students, that's all about today classes. We will see the remaining on the next classes. Thank you for the participation. Okay, bye, take care. Thank you, sir. Please join the next classes, my dear students.